In this video, let us see the welded joints and design of steel structures, the efficiency of welded joints, design strength of the joint. So these are welded connections are permanent. So this is all about joining two pieces of metal by establishing a metallurgical bond between them. So two metals which are to be connected are brought together and a metal is melted by means of electric arc or oxyacetylene flame along with the rod which adds the metal to the joint that gives a permanent connection. These are all the advantages of welded connections. So firstly, welded structures are lighter because there is no need of gusset plate. You can directly give the connections. Welding process is quicker as there is no need of making holes for fasteners. So these are all the bolt holes. You need not to make holes. You can directly join the plates in welded connection, so time will be saved. More adaptable than bolted or riveted connections. For example, circular tubes are connected easily by welding. So you can see this image. The circular rod is connected to the plate. It is directly connected through the welding, and it is the process is easy. It is possible to achieve 100% efficiency in welded connections, whereas bolted connection can reach only 70 to 80%. That will be seen with the example problem. Good aesthetic appearance. Welded connections are airtight and watertight, so they will be better suitable for water tanks. These are rigid, so also these are very difficult to dismantle them. No problem of mismatching of holes in welded connections. There is no mismatching of holes. So, for example, if you want to have two connections, there is no mismatching of holes. You can easily connect them by the welding. These are all disadvantages. Members might likely to distort during the process due to uneven heating and cooling. So you know the welding process is associated with heating of the metal and giving a permanent bond to the plates you are connecting. So there is a process of heating and cooling which is uneven that may cause the parent metal to distort a little. There is a greater possibility for brittle fracture in welded connections, and that may fail you without warning. Welded joint fails earlier than bolted joint if the structure is under fatigue stresses. So fatigue stresses are the repeated stresses, cyclic loading. When it is subjected to such kind of loading, it will fail earlier than bolted joint. Inspection of welded joint is expensive as it needs non-destructive testing. If you see the bolted connections, you can see whether the joint is tight or not easily. But here, you need a non-destructive testing whether the joint is perfect or not. We need high-skilled persons in order to do the building process. Welded joints are over rigid. I have already told you this is difficult to dismantle. Let us see the types of welded joints. So we have butt weld, fillet weld, and slot welds. So we will be generally using butt weld or fillet welds. And third, slot weld is generally when the efficiency is not reaching 100%, we will go for slot weld or plug weld. Let us see first what is butt weld. So here simply two plates are kept one after another, and the welding is made between them. So this kind of joint. So it's a square butt weld one side. So you can see only one part of the joint is welded, square butt weld both sides. So this square butt weld, square single V butt joint, double V butt, these are all depending upon the shape of the metals you are joining together. Here there is a square butt weld but both sides. Here this is here also. Single V butt joint. This is like V connection and you are giving one side uh, welded welded joint. Double V butt joint. So here two sides and here double V is because of this cross sectional shape. This is a single U. Single V, double U also will be there like this. Single J butt joint. This is J and single bevel butt joint. This is this kind. Okay, fillet welds is approximately isosceles triangular. So two are joined together. If you compare this fillet weld, the load line is in a single line. Line of action of load is in a single line for both members. So here that will not be satisfied here. The load line is different over here. So if you connect two members like this, and if you add fillet welding, that is called as fillet welding. This is fillet weld with phase 45% is known as the standard fillet. In special circumstances, we can also use for 60 degrees and 45 degrees. You can see 45 degrees here is the angle of the weld. And another types are concave, convex, and miter. Here, concave it refers to the shape like this. Convex is a shape, and miter is a perfectly the straight one. So if you come, so those two are important: butt weld and fillet weld. We have seen the slot weld. We need to see now slot weld. So if plate, for example, two plates need to be joined together like this. So one hole is made on the one plate, and then that plate is kept on another plate which has to be joined with, and along the circumference, along the peripheral, it will be welded. So that is called as a slot weld. And if you see the plug weld, so the same kind of two plates, the plates which are to be joined together, two plates. So one plate is kept a hole and two plates are joined now. That entire hole is filled with the welding. That entire hole. Here only the periphery, right? And here this is complete portion will be filled up with the welding, that is called as a plug weld. These are all the specifications as per IS 800 2007 butt weld. So here if you see the size of butt weld is and the effective throat thickness. In case of double weld, the complete penetration is achieved. Whereas in single weld, complete penetration is not achieved. So incomplete penetration we say. So single weld for incomplete penetration, thickness of the welding T is 5 by 8 into thickness of the thinner plate. This you need to remember. And in double weld, thickness of the weld is thickness of the thinner plate. So that's the only difference you need to observe for single weld and double weld. Incomplete penetration, complete penetration. So if you compare the fillet weld, the size of weld is should not be less than 3 mm and should not exceed 0.7 times the plate thickness. Effective throat thickness. So effective throat thickness is this one. So T you can see thickness of, it should be less than 3 mm and should not exceed, sorry, it should not be less than 3 mm and should not exceed 0.7 times T, where T is the thickness of the thinner plate. So all these specifications are mentioned in page number 79 of IS 800. So here it is, page number 79, 78 and 79. Effective throat thickness as it is mentioned, and also here see the effective throat thickness is ETT K into S. S is the leg size or size of the weld, we can say. K is the factor that is based on the angle which you are using. So there's a value, K value depends on the angle between the fusion phases. If it is between 60 to 70%, so constant is 0.7, and 91 to 100, and this is 0.65. So that is mentioned in clause 10.5.3.2 clause and the table number 22 of IS 800, which is mentioned in page number 78. Effective length of the weld. Actual length is L. Effective length is length minus 2 times the size of weld. Two sides will be removed because only effective length is only the part which is completely experiencing the welding portion. So for that you have to, in order to get absolute value, you have to remove minus 2s. So we will be doing it when we do it in the problem. Right? Let us see the problem. Here a 18 mm thick plate is joined to a 16 mm plate by 200 mm effective length was given. But well determines strength of the joint if a double V butt joint is used, single V butt joint is used. Assume Fe410 plates are used with a shop weld. So let us write everything here. What is given? So 18 mm thick plate is joined. Thick plates are joined to a 16 mm. So thickness of the plate we are considering here 16 mm, the thinner plate. So here as we are assuming Fe410 plates are used with a shop weld. Okay. So we are considering the thinner plate thickness 16 mm. Effective length was given directly in the question. So L effective or LW. We can say anything. That's 200 mm in the question. In the question it is given, right? Strength of the joint. So what they are asking, strength of the joint. So we need to find out the strength of the joint. So let me show you the code book. Is the strength of the joint. Here this is. We have to find it out. This. Okay, strength of the joint we need to find out. That is FWD, design strength of the welded joint, is equal to FWN by gamma MW. Here we need to find out what is WN. We have two cases, right? One is for when it is when a double V but joint but weld is used. So let us do it for the first one. Double V but joint is used. Whether it is double V or double U, it is incomplete penetration. Double V, so it is a complete penetration. So in such cases, let us try to find out the design strength. Let me write it again. FWD is equal to FWN by gamma MW. So let us try to find out everything. FWN is depending on the effective area. Sorry. So here it is. FWN is design strength of the fillet weld shall be based on its throat area and it shall be given by this. This factor multiplied with the area. Fu by under root 3 multiplied by the throat area. Let me write it. FWN is Fu by root 3 into effective area. Effective throat area, of course. So that is Fu by root 3 into effective throat area is effective length by effective length multiplied by effective throat thickness. So what is that if ineffective? So Fu we are assuming the plates as Fe for 250 plates are used. So that would be we are assuming it as Fe 250 plates. So from the code book page number 14 we have IS 2060 Fe 250. We have 410 is an ultimate tensile stress. Fu is 10 Newton per mm square. So ill effective that was given in the question itself 200 mm and effective throat thickness we have to find out. Effective throat thickness is the thickness of the weld itself. That is equal to thickness of the thinner plate. That is equal to 16 mm. So that is given in the questions. I will show you specifications. Here it is single weld. Weld is 5 by 8 times the thickness of thinner plate for single weld. But double weld thickness is equal to the thickness of thinner plate. So let us substitute everything we have. Let us substitute. So now we can find out Fu means 410 by root 3 into L effective is 200 into effective throat thickness is 16 mm. So we will be getting how much? 757483.55 Newton. So that is FW net, nominal design strength. So FDW we can, FWD we can find it out by FWN by gamma MW. So gamma MW for shop weld we have used. So let us check the code book again. Page number, table number 5, page number 30. Here it is. So when you are using welds, gamma MW value for shop fabrications it's 1.25. So let us W1 is given, is obtained 757483.55 by gamma welding A shop weld is 1.25. So we will be getting it as 605986.84 Newton. So that is 605.987 kilonewton FWD. So this is for welding what if double V butt joint butt weld is used. We have to find out for second case a single V butt weld is used. So let us try to find it out. Second one, a single V butt weld is used. So for this also design strength FWD is FWN by gamma MW. So we have to find out FWN again, which is equal to FU by root 3 into effective area, or let me write area E effective. So that is FW by root 3 into effective area is nothing but effective length or length of the weld multiplied by effective throat thickness. So for this effective throat thickness for single weld incomplete penetration, as given in the specifications, it is 5 by 8 into thickness of the thinner plate. That is 5 by 8, 5 by 8 into thickness of the thinner plate. That is 5 by 8 into 16 is equal to 10 mm. So let us try to find out. LW is already given in the question. That is 200 mm. That won't change. FU we have already written as FU by, so this is FU. FU is equal to 410 Newton per mm square. So let us substitute everything what we have in order to find out FWN. FW1 is equal to FU by root 3. Let me write it again. No issues. FW into ETT. So FU is 410 by root 3 into LW. Length of the weld is 200 into effective throat thickness is 10 mm. So we will be getting it as, we will be getting 473,427.22 Newton. So we can find out now FWD, which is design strength, that is equal to net strength by partial safety factor for weld for shop fabrication. It is same as what we have used previously. Of course, we have taken it from page number 30. Page number 30, let me show. This one, welds. For shop fabrication, it is 1.25. Let me draw it here. Let me write it here. FWN, we have 473,427.22 by 1.25. So ultimately we'll be getting it as 378,741.77 Newton. That is nothing but 378.741 kilonewton. So that is, if you use for this incomplete penetration single weld, that is FWD is 378.741. If you use this complete penetration, the design strength is 605.987 kilonewton. You can see a clear difference between the single weld and a double weld. Thank you.